everyone, my name is Berlene Austin. I'm helping out with our ElevateU event. I'm so excited you're here. I'm wondering if you happened to have heard Amy's talk this morning. I love listening to her. I always learn something when I listen to Amy. This morning she was mentioning a couple concerns in our living room, which is where you find me seated right now. One was in relation to dust and one in relation to scents. So let's talk about a little bit about those. First of all, I hate to dust. Is anyone with me? Are you with me? My mom used to say the dust protects the furniture, and I believed her. Some days I still choose to believe her, but when you can start like leaving notes for the family in that dust, it's time to do something about it, right? But what I did not know is what Amy told us is you can find up to 45 different chemicals in dust. Who knew, right? So, and then that dust often acts as a magnet for the chemicals flying around in the air. You see it when you see that sunbeam come through with the particles. They fall to the floor. If your toddler's around, hands on the floor, in the mouth, they're more susceptible than us, but it's falling on your other surfaces, your sofa tables, your bookcases, etc. So, you know, what can we do about that and get rid of it in a healthy way? But just before I go to that, next time you're in the market for new furniture or new TV for your living room, ask the retailer if you can avoid the chemical sprays of chemical flame retardants and chemical stain resistance. That's some of the things that off gas that Amy was talking about that then magnetize with the dust, fall to the floor, and is in our rooms. So there are companies doing it. This one is without. We have added this to our living room after I knew about this information, and so we sought out a retailer that was avoiding those. Same thing with your TVs. Again, not saying throw out your TV or your couch, but next time you're in the market for a new one, ask about the flame retardant because they do have them in TVs, a chemical flame retardant, and then when they heat up as electronics, they're putting off even more off-gassing into your room. So next time you're in the market, try to remember that and ask retail to try to avoid what you can, right? Okay, so how do we get rid of this dust in a healthy way? Guys, one thing I couldn't live without anymore is our dust mitt. Again, dusting, not my favorite chore, but it's faster to do, easier to do, and works way more effective. I'm more likely to do it with our amazing dust mitt. Who has our dust mitt? Tell us below how you love our dust mitt. It's been out for a long time, but we just have to mention it, right? So fold it against itself to create a little static like balloon to your hair. And then you're gonna go at cleaning like your various surfaces, right? So your bookcases, your sofa tables, etc., etc. Take it outside, beat it up against the side of the house or the deck rail, and then come carry on. Now, when it comes to your black electronics, they do tend to magnetize the dust. Take a spray bottle of water. This happens to be ours. It's a nice glass one with a silicone sleeve there. Holds a lot, has a great mist. Mist 2 or 3 times, okay? Now go with those black electronics. And you'll see the dust stick and hold to this mitt even better, okay? Third usage for this good guy is entirely wetted at the kitchen sink. Wring it out. Now go to your sliding glass door screens and your window screens. That will get the dust out of there really effectively because of the plushness of this gets into the mesh screen. Super good. I love that. Amazing. Now, we have hard to reach areas, right? Under things, in between appliances and cupboards, up high, like this, right? So you don't have to get a ladder and all that, ceiling fans, right? We have this amazing guy called an Enviro wand. Do you have the Enviro wand? Tell us. And which size do you have? Because we have a small one that's about from my hand down, that's about the height of the small one, or the full-size one, and 2 different piles. So this is called the microfiber threads, the duster version. We have one that's called a chenille, a little more like microfiber fingers. Which do you have? You can fold it in an L and get, you know, hard to reach spots like this and clean that so easily. I happen to have a ceiling fan in this room too, so you can bend it in a U and get like the tops of the blades for that ceiling fan, okay? So an amazing, easy, makes easy work. By the way, one other thing you can do with this is you can pinch, all right, and twist. The handle comes off, and then you can attach it to our mop handle, right? So then you have the telescopic handle working for you to get really high places that are hard to reach. And of course, this is the other thing that you can use for dusting, dry mopping your floor. So obviously not on carpet, but any hard floor surface, our dry mop works amazing. And guys, I am just keeping it real. This is me. This is my floor. This is what is on. That's pretty bad. So it holds that dust the pet hair, dust bunnies, the people hair. I don't know what else is on here, but that's what the kind of stuff it holds. And so do you have the mop? How do you love it? Again, telescopic handle. You can reach walls, dust bunnies, cobweb stuff up high, really low. Wouldn't live without new dustpan as well. Okay, so love those products. Now, she also talked about scents, right? So I'm gonna, who has ever done like scented candles? Me, I have two, right? Okay. So she talked about even in that there are thousands of ingredients in fragrance, okay? And there is this thing called a loophole, a fragrance loophole, that manufacturers don't have to reveal all of the ingredients that are in fragrance. Okay, so yeah, it's a crazy amount of things that are in there. Paraffin candles release VOCs, volatile organic compounds, including chemicals. You burn it, it's in the air, we then breathe it. It affects our sinuses, our lungs, even our skin. So, what are in some of those things? Well, the fragrance, in addition to all those chemicals, has usually phthalates that elongates the scent, okay? And so that is something that you definitely want to avoid. Also, guys, I'm not even talking about, but dyes, there's something called benzene in that. It's a carcinogen. There's lead often in the wicks. I'm not even going to get into that right now, but there's little regulation on some of this. And so it is, buyer beware and educate yourself. Also, plugins is another way that we get scents, right? So, guys, there's things like phthalates, parabens, formaldehyde, benzynes, carcinogens, endocrine-disrupting chemicals in these plugins, right? So definitely there are healthier alternatives. So my secret question that I'm going to slip in right here is, what is your favorite scent in your home? What is your favorite scent in your home? Maybe it's the baking of banana bread, or, the fall kind of chai latte smells, pumpkin spice latte smells, or Christmas kind of pine scent, what is your favorite scent in your home? I would love to know. That's for getting in the draw. So that's your secret question to answer. But along with that topic, just the scents, there are healthy alternatives, guys. There absolutely are. There are things called simmer pots, right? You can do a simmer pot. Pure grade essential oils. Do check that out. Some of them are diluted. Pure grade essential oils. You could do diffusers. You can do some healthy candles too. You see, I've got some candles here behind me. I'm not oblivious to that. But there are things like soy, coconut, and beeswax. I have 100% pure beeswax candles. That's what we burn in our house. With a plant-based wick. So no scent added. It's just a regular kind of like honey beeswax sort of scent you get from the natural item. So those are available out there. Look that up. That's a great natural way to get that. But we also have things, if you're combating odor and want a little fresh odor spray, we have something called Odor Eliminator, which is an enzyme-based concentrate. So you would dilute this in a spray bottle of water, 1 to 7 parts, and use, anywhere in your home. If you just bake cooked fish and you don't like the scent, you could spray it around in the bathroom, kitty litter pan, any pet related anything, on their pet bed, or stinky closet, stinky shoes, the armpits of your coat, whatever it is. You can use it in your laundry too. In that case, one capful, not a whole cup, undiluted in your laundry. So we happen to have a new holiday scent called Frosted Amber. It's very nice, very subtle. Our normal one is a little bit lighter scents, like citrusy lighter scent. So that's a great alternative if you're looking for a scent, or something to combat those nasty odors. Another thing we have to combat nasty odors would be Sportzyme. So if you have sports fanatics in your house, this is great. You just spray and go. Spray the gear that can't be laundered, right? The hockey gloves, the bags, the jersey, the skates, all these things, right? That's another. But another one is, remember to open your window when you can, okay? Get that fresh air, especially in the colder months. I know we don't do that, but maybe you could crack it on a little bit more mild day. And plants. Plants are another. There are actually, search up, there are plants that help with indoor air quality. Put some of those plants in your home. Spider plant is a great one, and it's usually hard to kill. So I have a couple of those in my house because I forget to water. So I have a couple of those in my house, but definitely that is an alternative too to help your indoor air quality. So glad you've tuned in. I hope you're enjoying the event. I hope you picked up a couple alternatives in that you can do, and I'd love to know what step of health, a step that you're going to take in your living room.